My name is Dudley Harris. This is a painting of my wheel and some of the animals that live in the neighborhood. In order to get to my studio, you have to drive to Kerrville, Texas. You have to go on Scenic Valley Road, and you have to take the right fork. This is Luna Vista Road, and you have to go to Moonshadow Ranch. And make a left at the pond. There they go. And you have to cross Rattlesnake Creek. You pass the hunter's cabin. Then you have to go through another gate, which is called a guillotine gate. And the way this works is you drive up onto this ramp. As your car advances, the gate goes up. And you drive through. Now you can see my studio. So here's the view from my wheel. I can look out at the valley, and usually there are deer or turkey out there. I don't see any right now. They'll be here. I can look down the creek and hear the water flowing. It's quite nice. You can see my wheel on the right, and there's a fallow buck eating down by the creek. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. This is a white fallow buck that's been here for a while. He's not tame, but he had a mate that was tame, and she was so tame that she would sit next to me while I threw pods, and I could feed her corn out of a can. But she got her leg caught on a fence, and she died, and I was more than a little sad. Well, I see that one of my favorite deer called Hairlip is here. Come here. So he had the unmistakable sound of corn being rattled. Oh, he's got a sore place on his jaw there. I wonder, he must have been fighting. But I never recognize him because he has a funny lip, and he's got a horn that's shaped, antler that's shaped kind of strange. This is my kill shed. And as I walk over here on this January morning, I find that Mr. Armadillo has been out rooting around. And I also see something unusual for Texas, and that is there is ice on the water tank. For firing here at the ranch, I use an Olympic propane updraft kiln. I usually fire to cone 6. My glaze room is really a very simple affair, but if I need any help, I can always call on Maud. And this is Maud. Hello, Maud. You know, one thing that I believe that potters are famous for, and that is making their own tools. And I made a tool here that is a round rib, and I use it for throwing bowls. I'm going to do just a little demonstration of how that works. I'm going to use about a 2.5 pounds or 3 pounds of Coleman porcelain. So the first thing I do is set the thickness of the wall about like I want it. Then I just take the round rib and just press straight down. And I set the shape of the outside wall like I like it. And I usually turn the lip. Okay, this is finished. One of the problems that I believe all potters must have in common is what do you do with your pots once you have them made? I have a showroom in my backyard in San Antonio, and we'll take a look at it. This is my showroom. You can see that I make mainly bowls, and they're mainly for the kitchen and for the table. I believe you can see that I'm partial to the Japanese style. I like a lot of Shino, and this would be a tea bowl style, although I don't call it a tea bowl. I also keep a supply of my round ribs for bowl throwing on hand in case any of my pottery friends would like to have one of those. I like to try out different wood for making ribs. I found that walnut doesn't work at all, but woods like tulip wood, which are very dense, and especially padauk, beautiful red color, and especially teak. Those work very well for these round ribs. And the last thing we'll look at is another way of combining wood with ceramics. I took a piece of padauk and a ceramic fish, routed out a depression for the fish, glued it in place, grouted it, and now I have a tray. Thank you very much for taking a look at my studio. Good day.